YouTube, how y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Welcome to the Warrior Report, where we talk that talk and we definitely walk that walk, raising vibrations and elevating thought. Y'all better come on in. Holla at your boy. I said, the black woman lover, the black man's brother, the culture teacher, hood healer, your holistic health and wellness coach, Kamar Carter. Peace, peace, y'all. Peace.
What's going on out there, everybody? Kick the tires on this thing so we can get this Facebook rolling. You know how we do it. Wednesday evening.
The Warrior Report.
The Warrior Report live. The People's Network presents the Warrior Report live with myself, Kevin Barnes, and my brother here, Kamar Carter. Like he said, he's the holistic healer, the black woman's lover, and all that good stuff.
All that good stuff. All that good black stuff. I love y'all.
If you're on the YouTube, you can catch it. We are simulcasting via YouTube as well as Facebook on a Wednesday night with what we do with wellness. And we talk about black wellness on every level possible. So mental wellness, physical wellness, sexual wellness, mental wellness, all these different kinds of levels.
Yes, yes.
Is what we do. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night at 7:30. We will do Outlaw Radio because we do Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturdays. And Saturday we do Outlaw Radio. So catch one of the broadcasts and hit like, hit share, hit follow. Inside Job is our theme for tonight. But you know, I did want to start the show off by saying rest in peace to one of my former classmates, a fellow general, a fallen general, if you will. My brother Larez Tate was killed today, and if people know Larez, then they know about it already. So you see a lot of condolences to the family. The crazy part is this is another example of this violence in Milwaukee, the guns, the craziness. My brother was a unique individual. Actually played ball with him in high school. So rest in peace to that brother, man. Condolences to your family, man. Have a good trip, as they say. It's very sad. We have a serious issue, with murder in our city, especially amongst black men. And that's why, every question for me starts with me saying, okay, but what about what we gonna do about what we do to us? And, some people explain in different ways and say, the circumstances and whatnot, which I understand the socioeconomic situation. I understand that part of it. But, it's very tragic that we are up against the things that we are and that you got to fight on a daily basis. But at the same time, you really got to be worried about your own. So, hey, man, I don't know. I don't have an answer to it. We throw rocks at it. You know what I'm saying? On the show a lot. We talk about what should be done about this or what should be, solution-based radio. But the reality is we haven't come up with a solution yet as a people.
Right.
That's the reality.
I think it'll be a combination of a lot of different things that we do. It ain't just one solid answer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a lot of different things. One, you know what I'm saying? We need to do some self-work on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We need to find out what is it that we're really so angry about, where we feel like taking somebody else's life. You know what I mean? That's something serious, man. That's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, you can't take that bullet back once it's fired.
No.
But just the fact that the anger, you always talk about energy and vibrations and this kind of thing. So I'm like, well, what is that?
Yeah, and seeing that comes with the inner work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? With the self-work.
Okay.
You work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? You find bad things about you, you correct them. Bad personality traits. Different things that may trigger you off to get upset. You figure out how to fix that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Within yourself. So you finding this inner peace also. You know what I'm saying? Because now I'm identifying what bothers me.
Right.
If I can identify it before it happens, I can't get upset because I know what's going to happen. So therefore, I also even learn how to stop it from happening.
Well, you try.
You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, you can try, but at the same time, I mean, it's always something you can do.
Right.
This is why you think about it beforehand. This is self-work that you have to do when you're not in those situations, which is like reprogram your brain. Like everything we go through in life, we got to understand that our first thought, like our first reaction, is because of something else that happened that made us feel like this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like if you go to school every day and as soon as you walk in the door, somebody there to smack you across the face.
Right.
Well, you either finna go in there eventually, know this motherfucker's there, finna smack you, and you don't like that feeling. I'm finna go in and hit him first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Before you get a chance to hit. So, you know what I'm saying? Your brain automatically learns to react to certain situations that you've been through before.
Right.
Now, we have to understand, okay, if my brother down the street got a problem, well, first of all, we need to understand that, and I mean both parties, we need to understand that taking a life ain't the answer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because the problem, you still gonna have that problem. If somebody else do this to you again, you're gonna kill them too. Or you know what I mean? So you got to fix the first problem, and the first problem is with ourselves. You know what I mean? We got to change the way we think, change the way we act, change the way we eat. If we want a different outcome, it's a whole lot of different things that we got to start doing different.
Right. I would agree, but I believe after a certain amount of time, your lifestyle is kind of what takes you down.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what I'm talking about change.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's a lot.
You got to evolve, man.
Yeah,
and especially
definitely.
if you've ever been on a block in your life, and I know all across this country, it's pretty much the same. I mean, every large city has in the black communities, they have the same kinds of problems. But if you've ever been on the block, the one thing that you did what you was doing while you was there, but you always was like, well, I'm gonna be up out of here though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get up out of here, So, and a lot of brothers just be like, I'm not doing that. I'm not leaving. I'm here.
Yeah, I'll be here for my whole life.
Right.
That's tragic, man.
Right. Well, it depends on if that's what
That's tragic to think like that. I'm saying that's a mental illness, man. I mean, really, it's got to be, man, because it's a world out here. It's a whole world. I mean, even past this land, these borders. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole world out here. You got to want to see something. You got to want to get out there. I don't want to just live in Milwaukee my whole life.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want to get out, live somewhere else, experience something different. This is just a small piece of time that we here on Earth. Why not enjoy many different things about it?
I would agree with you in that. I think it's a certain type of mentality. Like in our city, if you live in the hood, if you're from the communities, there's a certain mentality in that community.
Mm-hmm.
And shit, if you're gonna be outside,
right
now you can stay there and stay in your house and mind your own business. Somebody might steal you, break in your car or something or whatever, but you for the most part, you're straight. But if you get into that lifestyle, if you get into that street mentality, and you get into that kill or be killed, that whole shit's just dysfunctional from the ground up. And it's no wonder that, you don't find a lot of dudes in that game that's like health nuts.
Right.
You don't usually meet a dude. Now you might meet a brother who he do push-ups or sit-ups, but he ain't vegan and all that. Like, he's just like, no, I'm staying in shape so I can fight.
Mm-hmm.
So, that mentality is what we can't seem to rid ourselves of. Like, and I've seen reports that there was in schools around the city today, it was like fights, like wild fights, and principals getting their shit busted up and shit, trying to break up fights. It's like, come on, man, what's really going on in our city, man? You ever just look around and say, hey, man, what's really going on?
Right.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, that wasn't happening when we was going to school. We was some badasses, but
yeah, we were horrible. So yeah, we were horrible, but
we pretty much drew the line at the teachers and stuff.
You like to think so. I know we were bad, and I grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Mm-hmm. So I know we were bad, but it didn't look this dysfunctional. That might be due to the fact that we grew up during the crack epidemic. So everything was crazy. So, the kids, you didn't have time to watch the kids, you had to watch the damn grown people. So maybe stripped down if you maybe we was the same. You know what I'm saying? But it just don't seem like it, man. And I just find that in school wise, I would have to agree with you because there were lines. When you went to school, you seen some bad shit sometimes, but I've worked in schools here, public schools here.
We didn't see teachers getting their heads busted.
No,
let alone the principal.
Right,
this the head nigga right here. God, this the warden. You know what I'm saying? This the warden right here.
Yes. It's a crazy thing going on right now. So here in Milwaukee, it's a big batch of trouble into one big, shitty milkshake, right? So it's like, man, where do you start at? What do you do? And every time you turn around, there's some craziness going on, man. But as a black person, man, you just got to be focused, man. I feel like you have to be focused
Definitely.
You know, and we were talking about that evolution, like, for us, I guess for us, it's like coming of age, because now all of us are like hitting our early 40s now. Now we olds.
Right.
We the dudes now, we used to look at me like, dude is old as hell.
Right.
He was out here in the 70s. But, so now we them dudes. And what are we doing, with that responsibility? Are we really trying to get our young men together, get a village, get a good village built, so we can, they say they'll take a whole village. I'm like, not if most of the TPs is crack houses in the village. So I don't know, man. Inside job, man. I think that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take us doing something for us. And I don't know what black person is gonna come along and finally play that right note.
We are the inside job.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I know there's been a lot of inside jobs done on us.
On us, definitely. Definitely. Right. But I'm talking about as far as us coming out of it.
Yes.
Like it's got to be an inside job done by us.
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt.
We are the inside job.
There's no other, like, you can start a grant funded initiative. You can start a new school, and this curriculum is gonna be the one that would save them, and not. None of that shit's gonna work.
I think it's like I said, it's got to be a collective.
Yeah, man.
A collective of different things. You know what I mean? Because we've broken in so many different places.
We are.
You know what I'm saying?
We're Lego blocks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's got to be a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know?
No doubt, man. And the problem is you have specialists of certain areas, and to them it's about their agenda instead of saying we need to make one big ass agenda.
Right.
And just follow that to the T. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
that too. Yeah, we need some kind of agenda.
Yeah,
some silent laws. You know what I'm saying? Shit we know already.
Yeah, we're talking about being an informed voter with 2020 coming up. You talking about being informed, man. You better know what and who you're voting for. To me, any politician that's going to ask for my vote, I need to know how they feel about the establishment of a black agenda. You know what I mean? That's totally set up and governed and structured by us and the people who we pick to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But none of them have an answer for that. That's not even an issue on the ticket because we failed to make it one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like if we all collectively just said that to every politician, here's the 5 ways you can get the black vote, right? Reparations, you know what I'm saying? Credit forgiveness, all these kinds of different education reform, criminal justice reform,
Right. But you
change some of the banking laws and the money law, the economic laws that prevent us from being able to do what we need to do when they procure and protect.
But what do
wealth.
we do? What do we do about the politicians that'll tell us what they're gonna do? They'll tell us everything we want to hear.
Right.
And then they get in office and we don't hear about it no more.
Well, you hold them accountable the next time they run.
Right. Okay.
And we haven't done that here.
Right. Exactly.
That's why we have incumbents.
Exactly.
We have incumbents. If you don't know, you know what incumbents mean. It means somebody who's been in there, who's been reelected, right? If we have these individuals, these are the kinds of politicians we have that run every election cycle, and you look around, they've done 3-4 terms, and they done, did all they're gonna do. I'm resigning today.
Yeah, we got a title,
right? But they do their thing. They don't serve. Apparently, they don't serve the best interest of the community because look at the community.
Mm-hmm.
All that money downtown, and y'all sitting down there voting on everything, but look at y'all districts.
Right.
Look at them.
Why ain't they raising issues about it? This is what's going on in my district, and we need help with this, and that.
$5 million for what down there? I'm gonna need at least 2 of this.
Yeah. Speak up.
Let me get these black constructions and these black.
Remember a while ago, I was saying, I think, we also need to start grooming our own.
That's very true.
Grooming our own people who we want. You know what I'm saying? So now they already not only that we hold them accountable, but they got to feel like they're gonna be held accountable if they don't. It's got to be in them. We got to put it in them. You know what I mean? Accountability is such an important word. I hope everybody uses it, man. I didn't even get my shout outs because I had to give rest in peace to homie Larez. Rest in peace. We got to shout out 3041 North, Mr. Terry, Miss Serena Brown, 414-810-3131. Holler at them. Oh my goodness, they just got the floors done.
I'm trying to tell you, this is one of the most beautiful venues in the city. It already was, but now, come on, like you got a wedding, bar mitzvah, birthday party, you got to holler at the peoples, man. And shout out to the Post Healthy, Get Motivated, Get Healthy Facebook group Miss Brown has. This is a t-shirt she gave me that don't fit. I can wear this
after. It's gonna be hard for you to get a shirt that fits.
Well, oh really?
Because people usually carry the smaller ones.
Oh,
I know because I was a bigger guy too.
You just told me it's gonna be hard for me to find a shirt for me to fit.
Well, you said it's hard. That one obviously don't fit. You said usually when people come with a t-shirt, or you go to the Bucks game, right? You'll never get a shirt to fit.
Oh shit. Oh
right?
Man.
They're gonna give you a large.
It's all the more reason to start my vegan journey, right?
No,
you trying to tell me
you can exercise, man.
You need to start eating some blue vervain, man.
Yeah, that'll help.
Yeah.
I guess,
but this is the shirt though.
Yeah.
This is the shirt. So get with them. I think
Healthy living. Healthy living, that's what it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what it is. It's
healthy living?
Well, this is the thing. Post Healthy. That's their theme.
Okay, Post Healthy, Get Motivated.
But
okay.
Get Healthy, Get Motivated is the name of the Facebook group.
Shout out.
And it was just on here last week. So Ndige, I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. He's Adibe, I think his name is. He's there. He's like a biologist. Like this brother's from Nigeria. He's like talking about weighing his food, and he was over here on some extreme health, right? So shout out to them. Great show last Thursday. So DAMG Entertainment, Dante Chestnut. Who else we got? We got Atef and Sound Silhouette, producers of our docuseries that's coming.
Got Rain Truth and the Vegan Expo, Food and Drink Expo next month coming up. Yours truly will be there. You can come get your Nature's Nature herbs. I'll have a booth there. I'll also be doing security. So come on out, hang out. We got a shout out for Next Level Vegan also. They was here a couple weeks ago.
Yes, shout out to Next Level Vegan.
With the great vegan seafood platter.
Right.
So dope. You can find them over at the Sherman Phoenix on 36 in Fond du Lac. Across the street from the police. Sherman Phoenix.
That's how black people know street.
Across the street from the police.
Right over there by the police station?
Right there. No, right there. Got you.
Remember that liquor store on the corner where there's a block like this? You talking about Fond du Lac.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right there by George Webb.
Hey, if you got a black business, if you got a business period, and you want to get it popping, my rate cards will be out pretty soon. They're almost done. So we can put some structure to this, and we can get some sponsorship packages going for y'all. We really have some access to a lot of great networking opportunities. So y'all gotta holler at us. So that'll be out pretty soon. Shout out to Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn, and Key Minor.
Peace, y'all.
Hopefully we'll have a whole band back together tomorrow night for Outlaw Radio. I want to do the heterosexual male show. I want to do the heterosexual male show. But I was thinking, should I save it for Saturday? Then I was like, no, just do it tomorrow. So I ain't even thought about it yet. I gotta let my mind, let my mind free a little bit. But whatever it is, man, we're gonna have a good time. So make sure y'all tune in. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. The big news, the big thing that was trending today on social media it's actually a couple days old. The comments made by Fantasia on the Breakfast Club when she said that a woman should submit to her man and women need to just fall back and let the man be the leader and let him do his thing, and you just be there for support, and that's how you make it work. Sounds slick as shit, right? Like it sounds all now.
Right.
I don't know if she's even, serious about it, but women had a lot to say about it. Like, so I was like, I was gonna wait till tomorrow night, but I'm like, I gotta ask tomorrow about this shit tonight.
Well, I always got a different point of view, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I got a different point of view. I don't agree with what she said.
Okay.
I don't agree.
Please explain.
I don't agree that women should submit.
Okay.
I understand our culture, right? I understand how we are, how we think as men. Because, like, if you really look at the big picture, I believe men are really the ones that submit. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, okay, especially like look at how you get when you get a daughter, right? You get a daughter, you talk to your daughter, you soften up to her. You talk to your girlfriend, you soften up a bit. Your testosterone levels go down. You know what I mean? So you can be softer with. You know what I'm saying? You dig what I'm talking about? So
you grow hips.
So no, I ain't growing no hips, nothing like that. But you dig what I'm saying? So in that sense, we're submitting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you figure, okay, if we taking care of the household, You know what I'm saying? We go out here, we go out and work. We go out here, work, we submit, we come back home and we submit what we offer to keep this household running. You know what I mean? I think men submit. I believe women do submit, but I think when women submit, it's like they're submitting their body. They submit their soul. Like when they open up to you, like that's the most vulnerable position. Like before you have sex, when they open up to you, that's their most vulnerable position. Really, it is.
That was the best like metaphor I've ever heard. Like, you know, like when you have sex. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about now.
You know what I'm talking about? But really, I think for the most part, you know what I'm saying? Men submit, and we don't even be knowing that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you look at the culture, right?
Right.
In our culture, it was understood that the woman makes the rules of the house and the man enforces the rules. You dig what I'm saying? So in that sense, we're submitting that power. You know what I mean? As far as making the rules for the house. Now, I'm not saying that the man can't make rules for his household. The man can't have any rules that he sets. But of course we can. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. But it's got to be more of a collective, and that's just how the culture looked at it. The woman makes the rules for the household, the man enforces. You know, so back then it was like we was submitting that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't necessarily think men submit, but I understand which direction you're driving in. But I would put it in a different way. Perhaps I think a man does not submit. I think what a man needs is his ego stroked. If we talk about the makeup of the female versus the male, one's emotion, one's ego.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way you define a man and a woman.
Exactly. Now, dig this. Now you're speaking of the ego. Okay. Now we have to submit that, right? You got to submit the ego sometimes. When you talking to your wife, sometimes your ego got to take a back seat.
I'm not even talking about like an everyday conversation. I'm talking about period in a relationship, because the one thing that I've always stated is that, yeah, your pops is that dude and he gets that respect. He is the man of the house, because the main rule is if somebody come through the door, I take the first 2 bullets. That's my job.
Right.
Ultimately, above and beyond everything else, I'm supposed to lay my entire life down for this family and this home where we're at. Nobody else in the family really has that innate responsibility.
And that's a form of submittance too.
Well, hold on. So I'm saying that's what I do. Right. So because that is needed, the woman nurtures. She does take care of the home. So every man who's ever been like the head of his family, your woman really leads you because, like I told my guy, you know, she'd say, hey, well, you know, I just don't like the good room.
No, a good woman know how to make you feel.
He's like, well, what color you want it? I want it pink and purple. You're gonna paint it for her in the house that you bought for her.
Yeah.
And when you done, you're gonna say, look what I did.
Right.
And she's like, okay. But at the same time, she gives him that respect. Now, those rules are like this. We're out. We're about. A man's talking.
Right.
You really shouldn't be.
Right. And that's why I said
you shouldn't be saying nothing right now.
In some places, you know what I mean, a man is supposed to have.
This is my interpretation of what she meant by submission. I didn't think it meant she falls down on her knees and say, please, don't beat me.
No, I think like a lot of women took it like that.
Of course, because they take shit literally right now because of this Me Too and all these letters floating around, you know, punking people out, attacking heterosexuality. Of course, it looks like that. It's an ugly narrative. So I'm saying that a woman, yes, we know she really is the leader of the house. Mm-hmm. It's mama. Right. But dad felt like he was the leader of the house.
That's what I said. A good woman.
So he was better at leading us and teaching us to say, yeah, we can be men in the house one day too.
Right.
All that really means is one day you're going to find a woman to tell you what to do and you're going to marry her.
And you're going to like it.
Good luck, son. Right. So I think people got too upset, and it's what we always go back to is context.
Right.
Let's keep it in context. So I said that to say, I don't believe that a woman should be in a relationship and she should be talking to her man like he's a punk.
Right. Yeah. That's no. I ain't saying right.
Dominating him.
I ain't saying she's supposed to kick it like that.
I ain't saying he shouldn't be like, okay, baby. No.
Nobody has the right to disrespect nobody in a relationship.
Boundaries.
We gonna get that. We gonna say that's right away.
He shouldn't disrespect her either.
Exactly.
And so accordingly, I'm gonna tell you something about any successful relationship, whether people want to admit it or not. The only ones that are successful are 50-50. Now you know how hard it is to get to 50-50 in a relationship. They usually start off about 60-40.
Do you think it stays
50-60?
It's always. I think it always would differ. It seems
No,
like I don't know. I'm not married, so
the longer you're married, the more likely you are to really just say whatever.
Right.
Whatever you want.
Because I believe like, okay, this is how I am, right? I feel like if I like a woman enough and I trust her enough and to get in a relationship with her, I feel like I'm willing to have one bank account. If we talking financial things, you know what I'm saying? Now, I should be able to trust her like this. I feel like this may be part of the reason.
Puerto Rico.
Hold on now, this may be part of the reason why I'm still single. You know
I was just going to say.
Because see, it take a lot. It take a lot. That's a lot of trust. It take a lot of time to build this trust. You know what I'm saying? But this is where I feel like I would go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You want that kind of trust.
And exactly.
Good luck on finding it, brother.
And if it can't happen, it won't happen. You know,
when you find it, I'm probably gonna shed a tear. Like I'm happy for that brother. Man.
Right.
He got what he said he was looking for.
But I feel like basically like the whole relationship is. I think it wavers.
Well, it's all about compromise.
It's different points in the life where she may do
compromise
more,
is
and there's
fluid.
other parts where he may do more, and then you got areas on where each other is good at too.
Compromise is fluid.
You know
it's not stagnant. It
exactly.
does this. It's ebb and flow.
Exactly.
So when you get into situations where one person's like they should dominate the other, even a man, like you can go too far with the man shit too.
Yeah, and that's when it turns into abuse.
Yeah, you go, well, even if you ain't hitting her, you go into some Archie Bunker type shit.
You got mental abuse.
You just take her for granted and do all.
You got emotional abuse, mental abuse, financial abuse.
So
you know what I'm saying?
It's like everything else. Moderation is the name of the game. Like sometimes be submissive to your man. Sometimes be accountable, because sometimes when he's weak, he might need you to be strong and be like, look, you got to get on your feet. You better than this. You might need that pep talk sometimes.
Yeah.
So, but don't just be at me all day like, your ass better get to work before you get your ass work. I'm be like, whoa, hold on, baby. That shit probably ain't gonna last.
Right. No,
so everybody just went crazy with it. And I think it goes at both sides. Because where I do agree with you at is, once you get in a relationship and you in a real one and shit, you do got to do a little sacrificing as a man. I mean, you got to come off your shit. You got to come off of some of your, because sometimes you be hardcore with it, like a fucking Vinny Barbarino over here.
You leave out the house. You leave out the house, you put your armor on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, when you come back home, you got to take your armor off.
Right. Well, sometimes, unless you got a woman who like to fight.
Well, then you shouldn't be in that relationship. You know what I'm saying? If you got to wear your armor, at home, you shouldn't be in that home. That shouldn't be your home.
I didn't mean to get her pregnant, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm stuck. I can't move.
Right.
So, we find ourselves in difficult situations. And this is like the whole theme. We talk about Black wellness, dealing with what's inside. It doesn't matter how much we work out or how much what we don't eat or what we do eat, unless we could find a way to relieve the true stress and tension of being a Black person.
Mm-hmm.
And white people say, well, there's no such thing as that, so, but actually there is. There's so much psychological research done on the level of trauma that Black people, like, you're born with it. Like, you're born with it's in your DNA.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Like, your earliest piece of DNA memory might be your ancestor who's in the swamp headed north with the dogs chasing you.
Mm-hmm.
As a result, your whole life you looking over your shoulder and you don't know why.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know why I'm always so jumpy. But that's the part of your it's in there. It's locked in there.
You just scary. Your whole family, y'all just scary.
You don't know what's going on all the time. You just you need meds to bring your shit down.
Right.
And you inherited that. So, when we talk about the whole food thing, like I tell people all the time, my new understanding is that most of the stuff that we consume is not healthy for us.
Right.
Most of it. Even the shit that they tell us is healthy.
Yeah. If it ain't fruit and vegetables, it ain't healthy.
Right. They ain't going too far with the plant-based stuff. I seen some plant-based laundry detergent. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Well, because, you got different stuff that's in these detergents and stuff that's toxic.
Okay.
So if you got plant-based, you know what I mean, it's not toxic. Because anything that touches your skin is actually going in your skin.
Right.
And your body got to fight that off somehow.
It's so much plant-based everything right now. Like,
but and really, like, everything, like I say, the holistic lifestyle is like a natural lifestyle. The idea is to go as natural as possible with everything we do. You know, like you got to put perms in their hair. Like they growing up, they never think of the harm that it could cause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you got women, they put the perms in their hair. Those chemicals go
or them
in their
hair
skull,
hats now, them
and they
lace
come
front
down
wigs,
and they
wigs.
wind up with breast cancer,
All
fibroids
kinds
and
of
stuff
shit.
like
Yeah,
that. You know what I mean? The stuff that go on your skin, like you talk about the laundry detergent. I mean, this laundry detergent stuff could go in your skin and cause harm.
I just want to know what they make.
I don't know. It's different plants, but you know, it's different plants that they did use to clean. I haven't researched much, but I heard about it.
That's what I'm saying.
You
it just piqued my interest. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Plant-based? Did you okay?
Yeah, it's a lot of plant-based.
Yeah, it's going down for the plants right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Talk about toothpaste. You got toothpaste that's plant-based. You don't have no aluminum in it.
Right.
You know, no fluoride. You know what I mean? So it's like I say, it's all about getting back to that whole natural state, going as natural as possible. Always, we should be trying to add something different into our life.
I'm fighting the beast right now because I made up my mind to fight the animal. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna do a period with no beef and no pork and no soda. And I just want to see. I'm gonna stick to this long term. I ain't ruling out none of the other bad shit I'm doing. I'm just saying I'm gonna avoid them 3 things.
Right.
So I'm about a week in now, and I'm like, man, every time I drive past Burger King, I'll be like, I should stop and give me a goddamn Whopper.
Temptation, boy, temptation.
It smells so good.
Hey, look, I ride past Burger King and think about that. I should stop and give me an Impossible Whopper.
Right.
Nah, I keep going.
So I'm really trying to release some of the stress on me so I can move on to doing bigger and better things. And I think that that's part of it, is letting go of negativity, and then you can just build. But that's so hard for us. That's so hard for Black people because of what we be under, man. Your ass, your head stay on the swivel. Like it has to.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you don't have no other choice.
Definitely.
I mean, the dude who you stand there talking to that you've known forever, you don't know what he's in. Yeah, man, whoa, I wasn't even there. I ain't seen dude in years.
Right.
So it's just like, okay, you know, it's crazy, you know, in our communities. So I think the whole movement, and I'm not with the vegans, I'm not with the meat eaters, I'm not with nobody. I'm with myself because I want to help myself. It's an inside job.
You know, that's how I feel. That's how I feel.
So I ain't got.
I hate to get put in a cacategory.
Right, I ain't fighting for nobody's army and shit. The army upset me. I
don't like to get called. I don't anything really. I just take it because that's what happens. You know what I mean? Like herbalist or whatever. Because I feel like it's more than that too.
Well, see, I always say that.
Yeah, it's good because
I might even made up a word and call you an herbologist. I think I may have told you that.
It's cool. You know what I mean? I could dig it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like the way my mind works is like I just feel like it's more to me. Like I wish it was some kind of word I could use that could sum up everything. You know what I mean? That I'm about, because it's not just about holistic health that I'm on. Like I talk about into a lot of shit. You know? Yeah,
I seen this article. I put it in the People's News Network, which is my Facebook group, the People's News Network. It's about this German scientist Wilhelm Reicher. Wilhelm Reich is his name, and supposedly in 1939 he created a cure for cancer. He managed to take some different energy waves and put them on different spectrums and make these boxes. And you can go look on here. And supposedly the mice that he put in there with cancer healed. People who had it would sit in these boxes and they would heal. They would get better very fast. But then all of a sudden he was brought up on charges and convicted on a technicality, and he died like 7 months after he got in jail. So they never. I'm like, whatever happened to these boxes? You know, what happened to that technology? Because if you find out, as they say, let me find out, y'all done had this the whole time. And millions of people have, you know, perished, but it makes so much money. You think cancer makes a lot of money. Cancer equipment makes a lot of money.
They selling cancer. They actually selling cancer. Like they selling cancer when they selling you the food. That's how much money.
Right.
You know what I mean? You talk about the people who call themselves trying to find a cure for cancer.
Right.
Well, they funded by people who promote cancer, like Tyson chicken, right? It's well known that chicken has carcinogens in it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? But Tyson, but Tyson supports them.
Right.
Tyson funds them.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So now they ain't gonna tell you that. Well, we being funded by some people that's promoting cancer, but we trying to find a cure for cancer. That shit don't even mix.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just, it's like I say, man.
And the cures is out here. The cures is out here. Your body is the cure.
I like to do more research on this dude.
Your body knows the cure.
I want to do more research on him. His name is Wilhelm Reich.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, it's in the People's News Network, my Facebook group. It's in there, this article, and he talks about,
I got a couple of mixes also. If you got cancer, get in touch with me, inbox me. You know what I'm saying? I got a mix for that too.
What's your number is?
414-949-2122. 414-949-2122. You can find me on Facebook, Kamar Carter. You can look up the health group, Healthy Self, Heal Thyself. Like I said, your body knows how to cure cancer already. I can't tell you how to do it. I can tell you what to eat. I can tell you how to help you put your body in a position where it can help itself. You know what I mean? Where it can fix itself. Okay. So I can't tell you. That's my disclaimer. I don't have the cure for cancer, but what I can tell you.
Because at first it was like, if you got cancer, call me.
Call me. I can point you in the right direction. Okay. I can tell you what to do. Because you know what I mean. If your body is in the right condition, it can fix itself. Okay. You know what I mean. It would kill the cancer. Mm-hmm. You could take different herbs that help fight cancer. Right. You know what I'm saying. So it can be beat. You know. Yeah,
I hear you, man.
So yeah, if you do have cancer out there, you know somebody, get with me. I can help you out. I can point you in the right direction.
I look into a lot of stuff now, which people would probably consider conspiracy theories, and some of them that I used to just kind of blow off. Now I'm like, that's looking a little bit more true right now. So we talking about disease engineering for population control, like and then to make it become like something like pharma, which becomes this billion-dollar monster that nobody can deal with because you've gotten this country hooked on these pills.
Yeah. And man, listen, man, and it's a circle.
Yeah.
It's a circle. You look at our community. Our community is broken down. We financially stricken, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the money. A lot of us don't have the money to eat the way we would want to eat because we're already addicted to all the bullshit we've been eating our lives. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You can't afford it if you change the way you eat, period. Right. But it's hard, you know what I'm saying, when you're addicted to all this stuff already, and now you're trying to switch over. And our community don't have the money for that. Not only that, but you look at the stores, like the grocery stores in our community. The food is worse than it is when you go outside the community. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Even fast food wise.
Yeah, like, even fast food. Sucks. The meat in the grocery stores is worse. Is a worse condition than the food you go when you go outside. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, man, they selling us all this crap. Right. They doing us wrong with it.
Well, it is, something to think about. And I just break it down like this for everybody if you think about where we come from, how we came to this country, and I don't want to beat the same drum everybody's beating about, slavery. I just want to say to you that you have to understand the bottom line to all this is that everything they told us about everything was a lie. Mm-hmm. It was all misleading. Yeah. It was double entendres. It was riddles wrapped up in enigmas and, word in a way where we couldn't understand it, or it's,
for 400 years, they taught us bullshit.
Right up until now.
Exactly. I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? While we was in captivity with them, I'm saying, for 400 years, they was beating and killing us, putting this shit in us. You know what I'm saying? Right. And it can't happen in 100 years. You can't undo this shit real fast. So, it's gonna take a while.
Yeah. So in essence,
they beat that shit.
You have to understand with that. Then that means you need to do more research about things yourself. Like, go when something because see, they make $1 billion off of telling you something in the store is healthy for you, fat-free, low sugar, low sodium. Mm-hmm. But they don't tell you that some of the stuff they put in there to substitute it or just to ship it is carcinogenic material. Right. It's all kinds of high fructose. That's right. Yeah, high fructose, all that shit.
Yeah,
it's all in there.
And this is the stuff that they got us eating. Right. And this is the stuff that's giving us these illnesses. So once you get the illness, now you got to go to the doctor.
And then you get some pills.
You know what I mean? And the doctor
gives you some pills.
And then the pharmaceuticals getting paid now. You know what I mean? And the insurance companies in the mix too, because they got us on this insurance, so they making sure everybody getting paid on that level. but we're getting tore down at the bottom of this thing.
Yeah, it's funny that you get on these pills and we're in the middle right now of an opioid crisis, right? That's how it's termed.
Yeah,
crisis.
And it's a crisis because it's in their neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, it's their children.
Yeah. But what about when crack was going? It wasn't really no crisis.
We have played that too.
You know what I'm saying?
And they have heard it and said, that was different.
Yeah, that was different.
We were fighting communism. God damn it. Don't you understand? We were trying to save America. Trying to make America great for you guys. But yeah, man. So, you get down to that. Now you got these crazy Trumpers out here. I'm going to tell you the one thing Donald Trump has done is created a mentality amongst white people in which they are more Brody than ever. White people seem to have forgotten that black people can fight. I don't know if they remember that. So they wilding out trying to yell at you. And it's like black people be like, man, but it's a camera in every street light and everybody got a phone now. Mm-hmm. And like back in the days, you probably could have slapped them around and got away with it. People talked about it. It was an urban legend, but right. Nobody was, I wasn't there, wasn't no pictures. Now your ass is on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever, YouTube, whoever, right? So you're on all that. So they play off of that, man. And they even now will have their phones out. Because, black people at first, we was watching the police. And we had our phones out. Now they come, when they deal with you, they got their phone out.
Hey, look.
Or don't walk in front of me.
Right. Yeah. When they figure they scared. I was just talking to somebody about that Rodney King thing. And I just was like, it was amazing that somebody actually had a video camera with them back then when that happened. Like
a big ass camcorder.
Because they was big as hell back then.
With a VHS tape in it.
Yeah, that's how big they was. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, where the hell was they coming? Could they have been coming from or going with this camera? They just happened to be in the car with the battery, charged up, ready to go.
Bong, bong. But this is LA. This is Los Angeles. So you may have freelance photographers everywhere. You might have, because there's celebrities out all the time. You might have cats who do travel with that equipment. They kind of like, if I see a star, I can go interview him and sell the interview, to some major show.
Right. And that's what they did too. They made
I don't know how much money it made, but
I hope they sold it.
I know it cost the city of Los Angeles a lot of money.
A lot of money.
So yeah, man. We talk about inside job, man. We got to start really taking control of the situation. Like we got to have our own research done. Like I put another article in the People's News Network in regards to it was more based on the physiology of Black women, and it's about you thick but are you healthy type shit, right? Like right. So, and it's like, see, there y'all go. Now y'all finna mess with the girls. Like, so we going with the health craze, and they saying, well, it's about your height and your weight and your body mass index and your fat ratio, and it's all about that. And that's what the article is talking about. And I'm like, man, that might be important for somebody to read, but as a brother, do you really want her to lose?
Right, depending on how you like it, But right. But at the same time, really, a super skinny person can be unhealthy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A very good point.
So again, this is life. It's we got one life, so live it. Don't come down on yourself, but still add more things to your life, add more healthy things wherever you are. I don't care if you're thick, skinny, fat, whatever, but just always do something to improve yourself. Inside job,
But so if you get a chick and she's a bigger, thicker, rounder, more vivacious, voluptuous type of sister, are you going to tell her, well, one of the things that I require is that we eat right. So you got to eliminate a lot of the shit you eat. I think you
got a right to do it if that's how you feel.
Whew.
Yeah, you do. I mean, just like they got the right to feel the same.
Right. Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I'm saying? We got a right. You got a right to want what you want in a relationship, want what you want out of somebody. You got a right to that.
Yes, you do.
You know what I mean? We all do.
Yeah, and that's part of like the relationship. We were talking about the compromise in the relationship.
Exactly. And I think that would be
damn, baby, you can't see your feet no more.
I think that would be some real shit though to bring up in the beginning of a relationship. Yeah. Okay, now are you willing to work on yourself? Because look, dig this. If I love you, right? I'm in the holistic health. I'm working on myself. I'm doing all this stuff you know what I'm saying? So I can improve the quality of my life and live longer and whatever, however it's supposed to go.
Okay.
If I love you, I want you to be able to enjoy that with me in the end.
I'm totally with you.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm totally with you.
So if this is what I may want out of you, you know what I mean? So if you're not willing to take that walk, we may not be a good pair. That's why I say I think that's some real shit to talk about first. You know what I mean? Because see, what if we get in touch with each other as physical? We just having sex. We love the sex, but I got this issue, and she don't give a fuck.
Right. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work in the long run because that's gonna.
I would say this: men at certain situations have to close their mouths when it comes to a woman's body, and there are certain situations where a man just absolutely has to be quiet.
I don't think that's one of them.
Well, I think when a woman has a baby, it doesn't matter how healthy you've been eating.
Nigga don't say
right,
shit.
you can't come at her and be like, hey, this baby too now.
Love her.
It's time for you to get your.
It's time to love her more.
You got to do what you got to do.
What I mean, it's time to love her more.
So that's what I'm saying.
Love her more now.
Right. Anything in regards to children, rearing, or any a man when it comes to her body, she got to be quiet.
When she gain that weight, get that lightning in her ass. You know, oh yeah, love her more now.
Well, explain that though. Because people are like, oh my God, he said lightning.
Yeah.
Explain those.
Talking about the stretch marks.
On
the stretch marks. When they get them stretch marks in that ass, like they don't be liking it. They don't be lightning. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, that's God. The black woman is God. She gets them stretch marks look like lightning now.
Okay. That's how you envision it, right?
Yeah. You know, I told you. You know, I think a little bit different now.
Oh, man, this brother's a wild
I think a little different. You know, that's God. So she got lightning in her hip.
Right. So I'm saying, even if you have
and the universe between her thighs.
Even if you had your woman, and that's what I'm saying. Like, so she would have to understand what she said, well, you can gain weight. Like, hold on, baby. I'm whatever. I'm 45. I ain't no basketball player no more. I'm gonna try, but don't be talking about you leaving because I'm Sherman Klump now. Right. You know what I mean?
But hey, she got that right.
Anybody can leave it.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like I can write you out of my will.
So that's why I say I think, you know what I mean, when you're talking about that, like I don't think weight and stuff like that is off limits. I think anything should. You
gotta be real careful.
I don't think nothing should be off limits when you're talking about being with somebody the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, how do we think? How do we connect? Like, how do we feel about certain subjects that we serious about?
So is it hard if you got your girl one day and you cuddled up, y'all Netflix and chilling, right? And you say, damn, baby, oh girl, you done put on some pounds. You're gonna have to drop about 5-6 pounds.
Well, me, I like the fluffy.
Well, I'm just okay. So I'm saying,
but I know better. You know what I mean? But I still know.
Are you gonna tell her that?
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying.
Are you gonna tell her that? You willing to say that to your woman? Say, damn, girl, you had to lose about 10 pounds. Like,
I wouldn't kick it like that. This is the right way to say it in the wrong way. Presentation is everything. You know what I'm saying? And then this is another way. Like I say,
you better buy two workout suits.
Hey, look, this is another way to submit. Like, okay, I ain't finna say it like that. I better come correct. I better come softer with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, that's what I'm saying, man. That's why the roles that we play, that we are, given by nature. Like, God gives you, he made males and females, right? That's what he made. So when I hear the narrative put out there that, oh, the doctor assigns your sexual identity because he calls it a penis or a vagina, I'm like, nah, they two totally different things. Like,
they do two different things.
It wasn't up to him. Like, he probably would have said, well, this is a vagina. Somebody said, you stay playing, doc, that's a penis.
Right.
I'm saying, so when you start to even debate that fact, it's no coincidence that we look at our gender roles in our relationships. That's all screwed up. Mm-hmm. Because right now, what they really want to do to black masculine men is get rid of us because we make trouble for them. And those of us who are real men, we make trouble in the fact that you do something to one of our females, we protect her. We step, hold on, brother, you got the wrong one. Right? You got to back up. We're accountable for our family, so we're a threat to them being dominant. Mm-hmm. Or to them dominating us. Because God forbid we took leadership roles in the community.
Right.
And really brought people together. Like, that would be a cataclysmic event. Especially here in Wisconsin, because what's going to happen is that prison population up north, the population will go down. And that powers this shit. It's big business.
Yeah.
And that's why we have mass incarceration. That's such a problem here in Wisconsin. Man, God forbid them towns up there that ain't got no dairy farms left. Because dairy is gone in Wisconsin, and they going bankrupt every day. Now, them prisons closed, a lot of layoffs. And they will experience what we experienced in the 80s when the industrial structure failed. Mm-hmm. But they went now, they're like, no, we ain't going to do that. So it's a conflict of interest for the city of Milwaukee to do anything. about our problems because it's like the school to prison pipeline.
They all work together. Everything work together. I mean, if brothers stop going to prison like at this rate that we going, somebody once told me that banks loan you money on your house. Right. Now they want you to foreclose on it because the money that brothers is making in prison, you know what I'm saying, is paying these banks back, and they get to sell these houses again. So they want you to foreclose. So I think that if brothers quit going to jail so much, these houses won't be getting foreclosed on so much. You know what I mean? Because the bank's gonna want their money from when they first sell this motherfucker.
And it'd be more black men with jobs. Exactly. So you more than likely wouldn't have to get your house foreclosed.
Right, yeah, that too. You know,
that's part of it too.
And hopefully we have a lot more black businesses for these brothers to come work in this type of industry.
But that's what I'm saying. So people say, well, I don't know how he starts with, gender roles. I'm telling you, this is why there needs to be no watering down or no acceptance of the watering down or the emasculation of black men. And I think our women need to stand up with us and say, no, you know what? It's just like you got that relationship with your brother or sister. We might be able to go at it all day in the house against each other. But when we go outside, if anybody jump, we tag teaming them.
Right.
You finna get a
I
duel.
don't care if we fighting each other outside, it's somebody else getting in.
When it comes to us against, and that's what I'm saying. We don't do that right now. We don't keep it in the family.
Right.
Because we got so many people who they just want to be a part of, the European definition of success. Like they define their existence by that. They say, no, what determines whether or not I'm successful? I need a foreign car, or I need some fancy clothes, or some jewelry, or some house, or whatever. And whatever it takes to obtain those items, you do it. You basically sell your soul. And there's a lot of black people who do that. So in turn, what they do is they give up information when they go outside the house. Well, why don't you hang in the black? Well, let me tell you about the black community. They steal, they kill, they so bad, your kids is crazy. And then white people say, a black guy told me his neighborhood was terrible.
Right.
Shut
I know.
Right.
So I know.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and we kept it in the family more.
Yeah.
And made it an inside job.
Mm-hmm.
I think we do better.
Yeah.
If we just stop saying, like, we talking about right now, we have a common council that's sitting downtown, and collectively they have power equal to, or in some cases greater than the mayors. But you look at all the billions of dollars in the preparation for the 2020 Democratic National Convention that's coming to our city. You look at the billions of dollars down there. And 5 minutes away from downtown Milwaukee is the projects. It's like damn near across the street from the Fiserv. And that's just how Milwaukee has been set up for so long. And we got politicians who said, nah, we cool with that. Now, one of them have said, look, I'm not voting for your shit unless you give me some shit. Because you can still drive up North Avenue, Center, Burleigh, those main streets, find vacant retail property, vacant industrial property. We have a vacant industrial corridor, which is the train used to run through. It runs right through the city. And you ain't doing nothing to fix that up. Why not make that some kind of jogging trail and put grass in? But you know what? They're going to wait until they gentrify the neighborhoods to do that. Then they'll extend that train to go, the scenic industrial corridor. Those will be hotels along those train tracks, So this is the master plan that they execute on us. And I don't like to come off paranoid, but like I said, I accept the fact that you don't, as a black person, you don't even have to question why things are the way they are right now. Under no circumstances should a black person be sitting around saying, why they doing it like this? Because they don't like us.
Right.
And they never have.
They never have.
And that's like the whole point of all this shit. Like you said, I don't understand why white people do
the first thing. You know what I mean? I'm glad you say that every show, because that's something that we have to understand. We got to understand that to be able to move on and make something happen for ourselves, we got to understand that first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is why we are like we are. Because they don't like us, and it was stuff they did years and years ago that's still set in place, but it's some other shit that we can do. Fuck them. You know what I mean? Now, me and you, my brother, me and you finna go into business and do this. Right. That's what we doing.
Solidarity.
Exactly.
My 3 S's.
Inside job.
Separation, sovereignty, or solidarity are the 3 S's. Those are the 3 choices that we have. We ain't ready for separatism. or sovereignty. So we got to choose there.
Right.
But now, like I said, the problem comes when you get Black people who really look for an excuse to not believe what I just said. So you got a lot of Black people say, Kev, you can't say that, man. You can't say they don't like us. Man, I know plenty white people who I went to high school with. I didn't say every white person hates Black people.
Right, right.
But I guarantee that there's a greater majority of white people who, if they could take a survey and be honest, would say, I really don't even give a shit about Black people.
They did take a survey.
So that was the election.
Right.
That's a good ass point, right?
They did.
Right.
A secret survey.
Because a lot of them voted against their interests and they've been screwed, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I see the same white people coming back saying they're gonna still vote for Trump in 2020. So this will be a very interesting election cycle. I think I will do the heterosexual male show tomorrow night. I want to do it tomorrow night if I can write, because I really want to put this in a perspective that we can all understand. Because I'm sick of the continuous assault on heterosexuality. Like, I can't stand it.
Yeah.
It's just
we need a voice too.
Yeah, man, come on.
We need a voice.
Believe it or not, you have the right to be a heterosexual.
Yeah, you sure do.
It don't seem like it in America right now. You have to have some gay tendency in your body. Yeah. And even the most macho dudes that are celebrities won't even, boy, don't you do that. You don't do no homophobe. They done ran Kevin Hart off the road.
Right.
You know that was a gay dude on the scooter. Right. They tried to kill Kevin Hart.
It's that little motherfucker right there.
It was a squad of them on pink scooters. But nah, man, it's vicious against a real man. And if you're a brother, you say, look, I ain't here to try to dominate nobody, throw nobody over my shoulder, man, but just respect my shit as a man.
Right.
You know, just come on, man. Let's have some boundaries.
If that's what you want to do, fine. I can respect that, but I can also say what I feel.
Well, I just said it. I said this. You know, we said this on the show Saturday night. Shout out to Talk to TV. I said, man, if you want to be gay, like, go be the gayest dude you could possibly be. Like, be the personification of gay, bro. Like, when they look up gay in the dictionary, it's a picture of you like this.
Right.
I'm just saying, go do it over there.
Over there, right.
Right? Because I'm going to try to be the blackest person I can, whatever I could do.
Stop teaching this shit to the kids.
Well, let them make a decision, man.
Exactly. That's what I say. Stop teaching this shit to the kids. Let them grow up normal, and then if that's how they feel like they want to go, fine. That's how the fuck they feel like.
Well, and then a gay person will say, well, why do I got to go over there because I'm gay? And my answer would be because I'm not. So I really don't want to hang out with you.
Yeah. And you ain't gonna do nothing but get upset around me. You probably should be
because I say all kinds of man shit, right? Like black man shit. Like somebody do something stupid, I'm like, oh man, that's gay.
Right.
You know, you call your guy, you be like, oh, you ain't going nowhere tonight? No, that's because you're gay. You know, for us, it's just like that's how we talk, right? Right. So if you a gay dude, you be like, no, I'm gonna stop hanging around these dudes, man. They be on that homophobic stuff. So, you know, we just got to talk about heterosexuality, man, and just have a discussion about the assault on us as men. We're gonna do that tomorrow night. Now there's supposedly a new chicken sandwich coming. I think the summer of 2019 will forever be remembered as the start of the chicken wars and all that, right? The chicken wars, right? Where the chicken sandwiches took the stage and black people was coming off being vegans and drinking smoothies and eating vegetables.
Now it's all about chicken.
That chicken sandwich came out, people was like, screw my diet, right? Like, so now, like you said, this detox should be selling real well since you can't get the chicken sandwich no more. You should be washing it out, man. But KFC, now they're going to put a piece of chicken in between two donuts.
Oh, my God.
And this is what I hope don't catch on. Because people will be in diabetic shock on the way from the restaurant trying to bite off the sandwich, man. So you can't fall for the okie doke, man.
Don't fall for that one, y'all. Don't fall for that. That's so wrong in all that kind of aspect. Right. But check it out though. Shout out Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements right here. Make sure y'all get y'all detox in. We're gonna focus on cleaning your blood. We're gonna push the mucus out your body. We're gonna clear your respiratory area and your reproductive area.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements. Check it out on Facebook. Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements.
What's the number?
414-949-2122.
That's right, man. Get the herbs, man. Get the vitality capsules. Work with your libido.
Vitality capsules. Yes, we got the liver cleanse going down. We got the kidney cleanse going down. Right. We got some some stuff to bring your blood sugars down. What else you got? I got spirulina. We got some blood work stuff to clean your blood. We got the cancer fix. I can't say cure. We got the cancer.
I'm
fix.
glad you fixed that.
You know what I'm talking about? What else? What else I'm thinking? MS, I got some stuff to help you out with that, you know, to soothe your nerves, rebuild that little layer of skin or whatever they want to call it on top of your nerves. So yeah, holler at me, inbox me, look me up, Nature Deter Herbs and Supplements. Peace.
Right.
Peace.
I ain't really got nothing to sell except for the show. So tune in, man, tomorrow night and Saturday night, man. We're gonna have an absolute blast. It's always good to, you know, sit and talk with this brother. We really, wellness is really the focus of the show, but it extends itself to other conversations naturally because there's different levels of wellness.
Definitely.
So if you watch and you say, "Well, I thought the whole show was gonna be about being a vegetarian,"
oh no!
What you think?
We got something for everybody, man. We got it's levels to this thing. You know what I'm saying? We got vegans who watch. We got meat eaters who watch. I respect everybody.
Yeah, shout out to Next Level Vegans and Chef Monique Brown, and I hope they have a good show. I think they're doing the Get Motivated, Get Healthy Facebook. I think they're going live right now doing somewhere. Brother Adibe, T-Bay. I gotta get his. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get my shit together. You know, shout out to them, man. And once again, I want to say rest in peace to the homie, Larez Taylor, you know, young Cannonball. Hey, Milwaukee violence is crazy, man. It's crazy. I don't know. And you know, to me, gun control is using both hands. So I don't believe in that either. I love guns and I love to have guns. But I believe you should be a responsible gun owner. And I believe there's certain conditions that you probably shouldn't be able to get a gun in. You know, if you have certain situations, you should not be able to obtain a firearm. I believe that to be true. So, but with that said, man, rest in peace to that brother. Condolences to his family. The way we close it out is to say, if your criticism of the Black community outweighs your contribution, you're probably a coon. I'll see y'all tomorrow night, man.
Peace. Good show.